dee, dee, dee. Yum, yum, yum. Master me coffee. Good evening, in you. Can't wait to hear all about the completed mission. What was the next one? I hope the enemy were gracious. Yeah. Brilliant. So before that, right, let's get this. Newcastle playing in the Champions League. I'm not gonna say the team we're playing, 'cause I can't spell the name. But I will say this: if we can beat them at St. James's, I'll be happy. I want to play more games in the Champions League. I want Chelsea of Barcelona. Then we face someone new. Want this for our club. So we make more money. I want us to go as far as possible. I want this and more from Newcastle United. What do you think? So yeah, we're playing tomorrow night against that foreign team. Stick that in there. Stick that there. Who else we got? Take the glasses off. We got Pinu, got Crypto Fan. By the way, Crypto Fan, I've got a video for you which should be up online. There's 5 videos as well as this going up to YouTube. Pinu, evening boss. How are you? Good. Been a blooming good day. Now, bring myself closer to the screen. So today, what happened today was I had a meeting where I had a big form needed filling in. And rather than get me knickers twisted and turned and, and all the nasty stuff, I've given as much information to the person and they're going to send it in. And I also said right at the end of today's session, I need to speak to you again. And he's going to check with his diary and he's going to let me know a little bit further into this week when I'm going to go back in. And what is important is this next meeting. This next meeting's vital. But I'll talk a little bit later about that because Newcastle United are playing tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And here's what I would love. I would love Harvey Barnes on the score sheet. I would love Nick Waltermaid on the score sheet. And I want to make sure it's a clean sheet, please. In the meeting with the Bank of England. No, it's not with the Bank of England, but this person has the ability to have a natter. Yeah. That's the voice. Smash the likes, people. It's free. It's free. So I did a video for Crypto Fan UK. I've done a video for Corvo as well. And I'm also going to be doing tutorials. So you're going to get lots and lots. Are you talking about the game tomorrow? Yes, I was. Yes, the game is tomorrow. And I want Newcastle to win convincingly. And then we've either got Barcelona or Chelsea. And then it might be an English team. But we get to that once we've got past either Chelsea or Barcelona. 5-goal crushing. That would be epic, wouldn't it? Yeah. Now, if we're going to go for 5 goals, let me just say, we'll have Harvey Barnes, Nick Waltermaid, Jacob Murphy, Alexander as well. Not Alexander. Bloody, excuse my. Anthony Alanga. That's what I meant to say. And Anthony Gordon. All right, what else? How was your meeting? Meeting was brilliant today. Brilliant. The next meeting is going to be even better. Because I'm going to be bringing out guns within the next meeting. Valid points. Nobody can deny. What's that saying? We've got a 5-goal cushion. I think we should let the young'uns play. Yeah, exactly. Let some of the likes of Neve. I think Neve's a striker. Is that correct? Is he a striker? But yes, let the young'uns have most of the game. But, give them a few. So we've got 13 here, and we've only got one like. How are people? Come on. How boop, boop, boop. Trying to give you good content. Raw Dog! And Crypto Fan, who was your meeting with today? Meetings are important. Yes, they are. Next one's vital, though. The next meeting. Today's meeting was about health. Because health, sadly, I feel kind of like Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Do you remember what he was famous for? What was this about guns being drawn? The big guns are coming out in the next meeting. The next meeting has one clear path. And I've said this in a few different videos over the past couple of days, where I'm talking about FCA, Bank of England, etc. Everybody needs to be on the same page, as well as this, which is also vitally important: education, adult learning. Very important. Multivitamins are important. Well, yeah. And Daz is saying, aye, the ski jump. Well, think about it this way, Daz. You get yourself onto that spot to do the rest of it, and then you stand up and you bow your head as you're going down to build speed up. And the important bit is your takeoff. If you get the takeoff spot on, you're gonna like break a record without breaking any other bits and pieces. Yes, let's get back to adult learning. That's why I subscribed and feel we've not had any for ages. Still hoping for the spark ball lessons. All right. So you want me to do a how I do it? Yeah. If you want that, fair enough. I'll get another camera and put it somewhere in the kitchen. But my real hope was this. When I spoke to you about moving, yeah, I wanted to have an environment when I'm cooking, because that's classed as a galley kitchen in there. Then they're narrow, yeah. So from cooker to sink, you just turn around. The launch eye. Are you open to reviewing CVs? The people who will be doing the CVs are the job centres. They're pretty good at doing that sort of thing. In you is what is that? Is that meant to be a pan on a stove? We got Sharon McGuinness. Hello. How was your day? My day was really good. I did what I set out to do today, and the next meeting, that's going to be massive. Dad is saying, I bet you can't beat nuked food. Well, I can beat nuked food because my poor microwave, which has been with me since Bladen, West Denton, and here, is now no more. It's flashing when you go to put it on, like to warm something up. It flashes. So I've switched it off, unplugged it, and just waiting for my brother to come across to carry it outside and put it for the bin man. I'm well at spaghetti. Lots of things are in motion. Damn right, there's lots of things. And one big positive, massive, massive positive. I'm waiting for one thing to drop into place. And once that one thing has dropped into place, major changes happen instantly. Major changes will be YouTube, will be Facebook, will be TikTok, etc., as well as Seeking You and Geordie Nation, just to let you all know. Yeah, well, the microwave, I mean, it did wonders, you know. It was it. It's a bizarre kind of microwave where it had the microwave part, but it was also some kind of oven. I don't know much about it, to be honest. It's like one of the questions I was asked today. It was like I just give a blank look. Um, Lots of fingers, not enough pies. Well, it's funny. I was asked something today, and the question most of you would know the answer instantly. The question was this: if you went to do washing clothes, right, articles like this, yeah, or the shirt, yeah, and you had to change your dial or your display. Pardon me. One second. Yeah, I was asked this: if I had to change a part of the front of the washing machine for a boil or one of the other parts when you turn the dial, could you do that? And I went, no. And I was being honest with him. I turned around and I said to him this: we don't look, I mean, men, we don't look at instructions. We just want the simplest thing. Yeah. We don't read instructions. And I said, if I was given that, can you do this? Like I'm aware, and there's a washing machine. Can you do a wash load? Well, if whatever it says on the dial, I'm going to press button. That's it. You know what I mean? Uh, Paul, you seem a little bit flirty on TikTok. Do you use it? No, it's not that I'm flirty. It's just a case of like there was an opportunity, but that opportunity kind of like fell flat on its backside. But yeah, uh, in you were saying you turned around to him and thought it was a meeting. Why did you have to say it? No, what I took something to the meeting, and some of the like when I've done the PIP, it's complex stuff, which they're now handling. Um, I just listen to what men tell me. I'm too emotional to know what to do. Well, I mean, women have this knack of new washing machine comes in, or new dishwasher, some cases, and then they're like la da 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 da, bosh, done, and I've never been that way. I've like, if the missus turns around and says, "Oh, do the washing while I'm out," and just press the button when you shut the door. That's all I do. I put the fluids in, shut the door, press the button. That's it. You know. Um, what would you buy if you did get? Well, the thing is with that is I've been told something, and I've been told off multiple different people said the same thing. So we'll see what happens later this year. What was the mission? Mission one was my meeting today. Mission two is the next meeting, because the next meeting is that's when everything comes out. And in that meeting, there is Seeking You, Geordie Nation, and others. all gets laid out, all in one place, and they all need the same. Right, what we got? Oh, just crossing my legs. What's mission 3? Mission 3 probably would be getting the keys to new home, and in with that will be me saying to one of the removals companies, don't know which ones because I don't know anything on that yet, but saying to them, there's the keys, everything from there to the new place. That's it, you know. What's happening with the Magpie channel? I've waiting to hear from Singapore. I'm going to email Singapore probably tonight or tomorrow morning and ask them for an update as to what they're doing. What mission is the Udemy? The Udemy, there is 2 missions, and I don't need either now. First mission was to learn web development, and the second was Solidity, which is a form of computer language, and I don't need either because now I've got a secret weapon to unlock all that, and that's the good part. And you are the solicitors still dragging their feet? No, what I have to do in you is this. I'm going to put the asset into a pool, and money from the pool is going to be used to do the purchase. And I'm going to pair it accordingly. Times money with them. Oh, yeah, man, it is. Heavy Metal Footy saying, when is mission 32? Well, 32 KTV is a smart contract, and the smart contract is going to be looked at, and then if there's anything that needs to be changed, it'll be changed. Then it'll be deployed, and once it's deployed, I'm going to stake 49% into a DeFi pool, and the money that comes out of the DeFi pool, that goes to buy the land. You need the land first. Are you aware the Mighty Magpie channel, the copycats, are making a film? Well, never. These things sometimes happen. And as Lovable said to me, this is weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, turn around and says, so there is a copycat. And I went, yeah. And the turn around and says, wow, I'd be flabbergasted. Because, you're giving somebody something to do. Yeah, at the end of the day. I mean, I even said the same thing to my neighbour when people were on about seeking you number 2 and the Eagles, which was also mentioned in a message on YouTube. And, I mean, people want to do these things, they can do it, But the one thing which I was saying in my video to Crypto Fan UK was, and I said the same thing to Corvo, what you're getting here, there's no other place to get it from. I've even said the same thing to Chris at enter crypto. You're pushing in a certain direction, and you're not going to stop. Have you been following the news in Mexico? What's happened, Road Dog? What's happening in Mexico? Mexico's on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And you saying, how did Liverpool know about the Mighty Magpie show? Because I told it. I tell it everything. Because it is a sandbox environment that nobody else can access, ever. Between now and 2040, there's only me that can access that. Nobody else. And that's the way it's going to stay. But I was saying about what people had put in comments on a YouTube video where people turned around and said, oh, we've got the Mighty Eagles. And I'm like, wow. At least I picked something that was relevant, you know. Sharon is saying the Mighty Magpie show is a genius idea. Yes, but it has at least 10 things that are unique on top of that. These 10 things, yeah, there will be like probably a letter going down to London to sit from maybe David Hopkinson to say, any chance we can get permission for this from the Premier League. That's how impact it has. So what else? Does it cost more money to tell it everything? No. I can have a real good conversation when I'm doing work on Lovable, same as with Replit for Geordie Nation. But I also speak to Gemini on my mobile and ask Gemini questions. You could go to Nottingham College for TV show production. Well, I mean, I'm going to be speaking to them anyway down at there, or I will, as a backup, go to the university and speak to them as well. Because the final part of the jigsaw, I've got it on the computer, just working it out so that I have to do something in a box, and I haven't got to that bit yet. But when I do get to that bit, this YouTube channel, the other things I mentioned earlier, everything, it all changes instantly. You're going to enroll? No. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to take this Dell laptop with us to the university and say, I have this. How do I get beyond what you can see on screen? How do I get beyond that? Because this is the video I watched to put it onto my laptop. How do I do the end bit so I can give it the guardrails, the description, etc. That's the final piece of the jigsaw. You don't have to be enrolled to ask questions. No, you don't. I'm just going to walk in there and say, I need advice on, I've got a subject. You cover that subject. Can you help me to get to the next part I want to get to? Because if I show them the video of this American, and then I show them what I have, they can turn around and go, oh, yeah, and do it there and then. And I'll say to them, thanks very much, give you a shout out. And when everything does properly kick off, i.e. the smart contract going on to WX, then I'll make a donation. End of. Yeah, Daz is saying smash the likes. Yeah, we've only got 2 likes, man. 20 people here, I've only got 2 likes. Why does anyone enroll if you can just ask questions without being a what? I can't believe I've wasted 30k. What university? You've wasted 30k on what? Don't tell me you were partying like it's 1999. You should attend some lectures whilst you were there. Depends. You see, one of the things, like I was saying to people this morning when I was on the bus, is this. Speaking to people, yeah? Asking people, listening to people, while the camera's pointed at me, yeah? And that's all I want people to do, to say it to people in different parts. There's, what, 40, 47, 48 villages in the local area. And some of them have missed out, you know. Pinu saying 30,000 could easily be the cost of a degree, factoring in tuition fees and student loans. Do they still do student loans? But I'm too old, yeah. University's a scam. Well, as Sharon was saying there, guys, university's a scam. Be like Paul and self-start. One thing I'm going to say is this. A long, long time ago, my art teacher on a parents' night pulled my mum to one side, and I couldn't hear everything that was said. But what I could hear was, Paul needs to go to university, and hopefully you can help. And she wanted me to go into art, design, and architecture. Why? Because the stuff I was bringing up in the exams, it was like, wow, wasn't expecting that. In you saying you're never too old. No, you're not for adult learning, no. Which is why I keep banging on about it. Education, I mean, at 59 in April, then there's 59, 60, there's one. And then I think they're going to raise the retirement age to 71, from what I've been told. I don't know if that's correct though, but if it is to 71, that's a bonus. Was I popular in school? Not really. Too old to be wasting time with projects out of your depth. Learning will help bring this to reality, says Crypto Fan. Well, what I want to say to you is this, yeah? Ideas. If you've got the right idea at its core, the very center of the idea is going out and speaking to people, which I do anywhere, but saying to those people in the different places, how can I help you? Not give us some money. How can I help you? Um, my daughter has to pay it back, and she's in a very high paid job. And you saying, luckily, I have a crap job, so I don't have to pay it back. Oh, right. It's a loophole. Oh, I see. Got you. How and Pinu's asking, how big will the new house be? Well, I can tell you what it won't be. It won't be like Blenheim Palace, Buckingham Palace. Too many rooms. It'll just be a new house with some bits added to it. One of those parts for music, so I can play music at the volume I want to, and nobody braying on the door and saying, "Can you turn that down?" Yeah, and that's all. That's what I want. Sharon is saying, "I'm too afraid to talk to people, especially men, one night out, and a man's door." Oh, that's bang out of order, Sharon. Corbin Bennett, man. But I do know it exists. So sorry, for the trouble that you've been through. Now, 17 of yous here, and as Daz said earlier, however, we've only got 2 likes. Let's get the likes up, man. Click, click, click. Paul could afford Buckingham Palace when his other channels reach 1k subs. Well, no, if Heavy Metal Footy, if what I'm planning to do with the smart contracts pays off, buy enough land, and then any idea, money's there straight away. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's really scary out there, saying Sharon. Yeah, I mean, it can be. I've never ever had the fear. I mean, I have had the fear when I was in a relationship. Whoa, yeah, scary. But never going out and meeting people and stuff like that. Crypto fan dash UK, but none of your smart contracts have any investment. My lord. Really? So, tell me what they are. What are the smart contracts? Come on, spirit out. People are going on about smart contracts. A smart contract is forever. You get a choice. Issued or reissued with a smart contract. And if you go for reissued, then it is for the rest of eternity. That means you can pass something down to a member of family. Really? You could explain what a smart contract is. Basically 2 computers talking to each other about what your instructions are. That's it. You build the instructions in a way that it builds a business. That's the easiest way. Instead of you going to a bank and saying to a bank, I want to do this kind of business and I need this amount of money. You don't. Because the smart contract goes onto a platform and then it's sold on the platform, and the money from that gets converted, and you convert it from what it is to GBP via USDT. Simple conversion. You lose a little bit of money in the transaction fee from one to the other, but you don't care, because that's how the system works. And when you've got the end result, which is GBP in your account, you can go and buy a big plot of land. Once your big plot of land is bought, then you turn around and say, I need planning permission to do X, Y, Z. Bok, what does ERC20 mean? Oh, Bok, man, really? Are you going to stick the things in again? Really? There's 10 smart contracts. It is important to be agile and diversify investment. Yeah, well, what I could actually do with the smart contracts is this. I could turn around and take a good percentage in a commodity, gold, silver, etc., if I wanted. I'm asking, I don't know. You have a lot of ideas and plan for when you have the money, but no idea how to actually get the money. Well, actually, crypto fan, you're wrong. And how you're wrong. In the case of your smart contract, when your smart contract is deployed, what happens is it goes on to the exchange where lots of other contracts are bought and sold 24 hours of the day. You also have another option, which is a DeFi pool. You put it in there, at least 49%, keeping 51% to the side. And the money you get from the DeFi pool, that's what you use to buy. So there we go. Congratulations on your mission completed, Bongo. Thank you. Are you buying BTC while it's lower? I couldn't afford BTC. Oh, Bitcoin. I've got enough of that. And crypto fan again, how long have these smart contracts existed? How much have they increased in value? Well, something that isn't deployed but is there is still there. It just hasn't been deployed. And when it is deployed, the price will go up, down, up, down, up, down until whenever. And Corvo saying, I'm late. What was the mission part one? That was health. The second one comes up. By the way, Corvo, you also have your own video, which is going to be uploaded. Because I did see your comments. Same as Crypto Fan UK. He also has his own video. The one thing I'm going to say is this. I don't mind talking about things that I've created. I don't mind it at all. What I do mind is this. if you're trying to put a negative spin, you can't do that. No, Corvo's not in trouble. No. It's just he mentioned as an investor. That's important, being an investor. Yeah. So that's what the video is about. Well, that's why, as I said to the Pete earlier, Pete asked me about tutorial videos, a walkthrough from one part to the end. I can do that. There's certain things I'm not going to show you, but the majority, yeah, I'll do that because adult learning. That's what it's about. Yeah. And as I said earlier in the earlier video, I think that one was for Corvo, I turned around and I says, children cannot buy cryptocurrency. It's illegal. Sharon, I can invest too. I can spend my entire wage. No, don't. Excuse me. Invest what you can afford. How I treat investments is just like this. It's my personal way of treating an investment. And it is this. It's a Friday or a Saturday night and you want to go out on the town. So you're meeting up with other people to do a pub crawl. And when you do the pub crawl, you'll have a pint or a half per pub en route to where your final destination is, city centre. And we used to do this where we've done the pints. The pint is hard because the more alcohol you consume, the drunker you get. It's just the way it is. So we tried from the pints to halves, and with the halves, we got to the quayside. And at the time, we had two ships. One was the Tuxedo Princess, and they replaced it with another one. And you'd go on there, enjoy it, and then come home. So we got Equal Temper. He would probably make more money doing cameo shout outs than any of these ideas. Okay, Equal Temper. See, adult learning, yeah. I'm 58. And in April, whether I want to or not, I'm 59. But education in the next weeks and months, there's going to be videos done where I'm speaking straight to through the camera up here. I'm going to be speaking straight to Financial Conduct Authority and saying to them, this is what you need to do. Now, I noticed we're 49 minutes in, we've got 18 people here, we've only got 2 likes. Can we address that problem? Look, we've just dropped somebody out, so we're now down to 17. But can we smash the like? It's free. Oh, yeah. Now, there's another thing what I was actually thinking of doing, which is part of the second mission. First mission was health, because the body's smashed to pieces. That is not. That's what I was saying to the person today. And the questions which were asked, like, can you get from A to B, etc. Could you set up a... One thing I do have, Crypto Fan, just in case, is if you go down to the very bottom where you would type a message, and before you press send, there is a dollar sign. That's for a super sticker, a super chat, memberships, all within the same place. And we are going to do adult education until the moment the government sends me that lovely letter saying you need to sort out your pension. Yeah. Buy me a coffee. I don't know if I've got that one, but I will check. And if I haven't, I'll add it. But the one thing which you're going to see in the next couple of videos is a different cap. So that's coming. In my opinion, easiest way to sort a pension out is to get a job. No, you've been misinformed, very misinformed. And what I want to zero in, boom, on what you just said there about getting a job. The mission with Seeking-U and Geordie Nation was 25 people at each site, 25 jobs. The mission with the People's Bus was also the same. Bringing people in, there's a job. So you'll get a job. That's what it's about. Right, Bongo Bongo. Do you have a pension with triple lock? Nobody does. Nobody. See, the crypto market in the UK needs a massive education, because that's what I was saying in my video earlier. It's like crypto is a dirty word. And my explanation of the dirty word, you're going down Northumberland Street on a Saturday, it's packed, and you go down and you just get a megaphone out and you go, "Hi, can you hear me?" Yes, everyone's going to turn around. But what's their opinion going to be if you were to shout that? It wouldn't be good, I can tell you that much. At the job centre, still pushing you into the workforce, or are they taking your ideas on board? Well, those at the job centre really need to look at what's at the core. If you don't look at what's at the core, you're going to miss stuff, you know. I thought the People's Bus was about offering transport. Exactly. Offering transport to places where everybody else gave up on. Why did they give up? Well, they didn't make enough money. And because they didn't make enough money, they gave up. And the crucial point, and this is crucial, BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 in 6 years. How many adverts of your local bus services? Nil point, if you understand French. So, Bongo Bongo is saying crypto will be successful just like NFTs. People need to be educated. If you have said to the population for 5, 10 years that crypto is a dirty word, they're not going to touch it. Now, what you got to remember is this: all of the central banks want to have a stable coin. All of them. Now, are you going to get that? No, because people have this nasty taste in their mouth when they think of cryptocurrency because they've been told by countless people. Pinu, if the idea of public transport company is still at generating revenue, how would the People's Bus generate enough revenue to be viable ongoing concern if it operates on low volume routes? You advertise. You tell people you're out and about on vehicles, talking to people. And those people know that they're not on camera. Their voices, but that's it. Because the camera, as I've said to people for the past 6 months on many services, the camera is never pointed in their direction unless they say, I'll go on camera. Why would national broadcasters advertise? We've got to look at it this way. Where you live, you will have your national BBC, ITV, and then if you want local news within a 25-mile circle, that would come from your local office. That's what I'm saying. What else we got? Advertise. You have to spend money to lose money. You're not losing money. That's the point. You have to spend money to make money. You can't just, oh, £50 note. Where'd that come from? It doesn't work that way. CryptoFan, what happens when the bus service is rightly nationalised or not run for profit? What you're looking at is this: a total to an amount of money to keep it going, advertise it as well on every form of social media, every single form. That gives it the spread, and that's pretty easy to do. Equal temper, if you probably, I think you're probably too late to the party if you haven't bought crypto now, especially Bitcoin. Yeah, quite right. I mean, Bitcoin at the moment is in a tender zone where it's not going down, but it's not going up. It's just going along flat line, you know. That's because the big organizations, they are putting pressure because they don't want it. What's that? but it's a bus. Generally use the bus. They need to get to their destination, yeah, but they don't get on a bus just for fun. Some people do. Some people use public transport to arrange a day out. Say they're in the city centre or they visit somewhere within their local space. They're going to use a bus. You've got to think at the end of the day, not everybody's the same. A part-time job could generate wealth to invest into your business. Are you still going? Have you not quite worked this one out, crypto fan? Have you not worked this one out? There's lots and lots and lots of videos on the same subject. The point of the matter is this, yeah? I didn't create Seeking You and Geordie Nation for anything other than employing people. All of the places, the vacancies, goes through the job centre. So that's the plan, and it has been the plan for a long, long time. Even President Trump would say that. Well, President Trump would say a lot more. And President Trump is the very, very first ever person in power to swear on live TV. And it wasn't bleeped out. You could get a part-time job for a bit of pocket money. Why would I have a bit of a part-time job to get pocket money when using these ideas, there's money there on tap to do what I want, which is business-wise, and then the money from said business, I can go and do what I want anywhere. I think you kind of got the wrong end of the horse. Pinu, I think the People's Bus is not viable. Okay, it's not viable. Okay, I like lots of your ideas, but there's a reason the big bus companies don't run routes in the areas. The reason is because, first of all, they weren't making money. Okay? First and foremost, they weren't making money. Second, if you're not advertising services to the public, you're saying to the public, there's no advertisements on where we go, our staff, etc. That is going to change. And there's 47, possibly 50 villages in the area within 30 miles. That's a lot of people. So yeah, you could then network at workplace for meeting to help with Seeking You. That's what the second meeting is about. If they aren't making money, why spend money? Right. Heavy Metal Footy, let me just switch the light on. Okay. A new housing estate with 1,000 homes. Does every single person living in 1,000 housing new project drive a car? Do they? Yes or no? What about their kids? How do they get to school? Are they taken by mum and dad, or do they catch public transport with their schoolmates? These are things and questions of, was one on BBC this morning, where children with needs having to travel 30 mile and then back every day because they need a bit more attention within the classroom. And it kind of pushes towards all of these things. But the main point is advertising to tell people where you're going, what the job's about. One of the things which was mentioned twice the other day, bus drivers do not get a bonus. I'm going to change that, because what that bonus does is it gives you more pay in your pay packet. And if you get, like I used to get in Newcastle, a bonus in December, that bonus in December, you can spend that on your missus or your partner because it's money you didn't have. And they don't do that. So I'm doing that. And more training. You start one thing, you can move to another. Training. Yeah? No, they don't. But you're starting from scratch, 500 million to say they won't even get 500 million in years. It's your opinion. But what I will say is this. You look at your location, where you're going to put stuff. That isn't free. You got to buy that with permission. Once you've done that, then you can contact other companies and say, I want this, how much per unit? Because it's all money. Now, there's more complex stuff coming. Much more complex stuff. So, yeah, I've got appointments probably next week, and also speaking to the college in the city centre, asking if I can come in, speak to them, and if the college doesn't work, then I go to the university. But what would prevent an existing bus company running a bus company in a new estate? You need permissions. Permissions. I've heard the bus companies are struggling to hire drivers. What salary would you be offering to entice? Well, I was speaking to at least 20 over the past month, 20 different drivers, and said £16 an hour. And they were like, well, yeah, £16 an hour. But that could increase when you take into account bonuses. Bonus every month and a bonus at Christmas. What's that a year? I don't know, Corvo. I haven't got the calculations on that, but it would be higher than 26. because I was on 26 when I was doing a bus driving job. The buses should be live streamed during journeys. Could be a good way. Yes. Well, again, going on to a form of public transport and doing a YouTube or a Seeking You live. Yeah, sorted. Corvo saying roughly 31,000. Roughly. And Pinu saying it would be 32k a year. That's a canny bit of money. Do you know what I'm saying? And as I was told in 2006, you keep that clean, you regular, you don't trip over in the kitchen and have like 8 months off and stuff like that, then job for life. But I wanted it to be with the People's Bus, where if you want promotion, you got that too. NVQ, and yes, a pension. Yeah. Pension also, we had a system at work in Newcastle where after you had passed your test and they put you out on your own route, they would have 2 women who would come in and they had one single job to sign you up for private medical benefits, and it cost you less than a £5, I think it was back then. How many bus drivers will you hire? Approximately 400. It may be between 400 to 600, and that's to offer a service every 30 minutes. Rain, hail, shine. 7 days a week. You get 2 off. What sort of pension would you offer? Where basically you get what you would get in a year. That would be your pension. You're just not driving a bus, but still getting it. I've already done that one. What sort of pension? Full pension. So your wage bill would be, it possibly would be, but there would be income coming from another revenue, and that's what you're not thinking about. Would it not be a good idea to get in touch with the local council? Well, the second meeting is including the local council for approvals. It's not just the Financial Conduct Authority. It's not just the Bank of England. It's not just them. It's also the government as well, which is the Labour Party. We've got some figures here. 32k plus pension, 5% equals 33.6 plus training, 2.4 times 36 times 400 just on drivers. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Where's the room here for profit? Where's the room for profit when normal services are being reduced? some services are hourly. You're offering every half hour. You're backed by a currency and you're asking all of these questions. Really? Think about it. Because when you do, like, I've done the meme coins. The meme coins have V1, V2, V3, and at V3 you switch from Solana, Binance, because that's another one, another version. You change from your meme to a smart contract. And that smart contract just rolls and rolls and rolls. So there we go. Half-hour buses with a lady and her dog on it. So why would are you trying to turn around and say that a lady and her dog wouldn't be on the bus? Because I see them quite regular. You know, why are no other bus companies using meme coins? That's a very good one. Why don't you go and ask them? You might learn. You know. We've got EK Zombie. Are you going to accept normal card payments? You can pay normal payments from your card, yes. But you can also do another form, which is it's on your mobile phone anyway. It's so easy to set up. Go on to Play Store, Phantom, and download it. And put some money into it. That easy. A lady and a dog, £2.50 wouldn't even cover. I really do sense. Now I've connected again. I have a sense, crypto fan, and it's this. I'll chuck a bone in his road as he's trying to do stuff. I'll just, there you go, get past that obstacle. And then I get past that obstacle, and then there's another obstacle. And I want to tell you this. Yeah. A long, long time ago, I was training at the time. And I was standing talking to fellow trainees. And I learned something. You're either the type of person to put in a plan into operation and go through each different part of that plan until you succeed, or you go, no, not having it. I'm the other. So we are trying to improve your business plan, cut the chaff and maximize. It's not about profit. People matter more than a Rolls Royce sitting outside the house or an expensive exotic car. People matter more. That's what you got to understand. People are at the core of ideas. Why? Because people matter. You won't get 500 of investment without promise, if not profit. Pinu, you've got an opinion. Yeah, I respect that. But let me try and do what I'm trying to do. Yeah, let me try to do it the way I want to do it. And if in 10 or 15 years down the road, I've gone bust, all my buses have been taken over by other different companies, then you can have a good laugh. But at least I've tried. Yeah? Now, what you are suggesting is nationalised industry. Did I mention nationalised? Did anybody else hear the words nationalise? No. Misinformed. So, I need to do something and have some food, so we're going to carry on tomorrow. Now, the hope is tomorrow, and it is a big hope. We can get 4 goals or more at St James's Park. And my biggest hope that Nick Waltermaid is on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes is on the score sheet. And others. So thanks for coming in. Smash that like on the way out. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Pinu is saying, but we don't want to see you fail. Okay, we'll chat tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your evening and smash the like on the way out. And thank you.